it's Ed from Runnable. Still got this annoying chesty cold, which I probably shouldn't be running with. So, you know, don't do what I'm doing basically and go running when you've got a bit of a chest infection. Not a good idea. But it's such a beautiful morning, I thought I'd go for a very short run. And I'd go in a shoe that I firmly believe is one of the best long run shoes out there. You can even use this for racing. I've done a few reviews of this shoe already, but I want to talk specifically about how it's good for long runs today. So the shoe in question is Prime X Strung 2. And yeah, we'll talk a little bit about the shoe and how I feel like it could be an absolute winner for your long runs, marathon training, you know, a marathon pace, that kind of thing. All right, see you later. Bye. So I'm here on this lovely Wednesday morning, running in my Prime X Strung. It's version 2, in case you're wondering. And I'm here to bestow the merits of this shoe for your long runs. In particular, those of us who are doing marathon training in the spring, for a marathon in the spring or the autumn. I want to explain how I think these shoes could be an absolute winner for you. And I think they're on offer at the moment. A lot of places you can get them for about £178, something like that, which I think is a good price. It sounds expensive, but it sounds a lot cheaper than £250, which they are at full price. So if you can get them at 178 or whatever it is, it's a bargain in my view. And why is it a bargain? Well, let's go through why. So first and foremost, why are they good for long runs? Well, this massive stack is going to protect your legs, and the day after your long run you're not going to feel half as beat up as you might do in a different shoe. And I know that because I used these for the majority of my long runs during my London marathon and my autumn marathon training, so Berlin and Chicago. And these were my shoe of choice for a lot of those runs. And you know, when I didn't pick them and I used a different shoe, I could really feel the difference the next day. Some of you might be thinking, well, a 50mm stack shoe, isn't that a bit unstable to go that distance with? So we're going, the longest run I did, training run I did, was 20 miles in this shoe. And I think the answer is they're actually a lot more stable than they look, and you would imagine. They've got a wider footprint, so they actually feel quite nice. And I wouldn't say they're by no means a stable shoe, but they're not unstable like the original or like the Prime X Strung. They're a much more stable shoe than those two. So that's one reason. Another reason is the assistance you get from the plates and the amazing Light Strike Pro foam. So you get a nice spring when you run in these shoes. You do need to break them in a bit actually. When I first got these, they were quite firm. I wasn't engaging the plate as much as I would hope, so they didn't feel as springy as they do now. But after about 20-30 miles, they're perfect now. They've got such a nice feeling when you're running them. absolutely perfect. So the foam, the plates, and the general assistance the shoe gives you in terms of energy return is another big reason why I think it's a good idea to pick these for your long runs. What else? So I think also the fact that this shoe is heavier puts a lot of people off doing their training runs in this shoe, whereas I actually see it as an advantage. And I know you're probably thinking, what's he on about? But hear me out a sec. So I come from the school of thought that if you train in a heavier shoe, when it comes to race day and you put your lighter race shoe on, you're going to feel the difference, and it's going to actually, you're going to feel like, you're going to feel incredible in these lighter shoes because you're so used to lugging these heavier shoes around. It's going to feel like you're running on air, and that's my theory, and up to now it's proven the case. So example, when I ran Berlin in the Saucony Endorphin Elites, and they felt incredibly light. So for me, it made perfect sense to run my training runs in a heavier shoe, and that's what I did, and it felt great. So bear that in mind. I think lots of people are put off by the weight of this shoe. I think that's not really a massive issue on training runs. It can actually be an assistance. It can build up your leg strength. Okay. The speed of this shoe, like I said, the propulsion means that it's quite easy to get up to marathon pace in this shoe and do those kind of up-tempo sessions where you want to do a 20-mile run, and 10 miles of that 20 miles you want to go at marathon pace, and this shoe can do that really well. Another reason is the grip on this shoe is superb. It's continental rubber, so if you're training through the winter months like I was for London this year, you want something with a good grip, particularly on those long runs where you might meet different types of terrain, drain covers, all that kind of stuff. You need something that's grippy, stop you falling. So that's another reason. I don't think these are, apart from maybe Puma grip, these have got the best grip going of all the shoes, of all the brands. Adidas and Puma are king when it comes to grip. Let's get across the road. So that's another reason, and I guess the final reason, which we're going to do now, is go up a hill. On your training runs, you're probably going to hit some hills, and you probably think this shoe wouldn't be good at going up hills because of the weight. Well, you'd be wrong actually. This throws you up the hills, literally throws you up the hills. Such a good shoe for going up hills. Strange, I know, but not as good as the Metaspeed Sky Paris, but one of the better shoes for sure, just because those plates spring you forward. The shoe begs you to run with good form, so that's another reason. You know, you can't be sloppy running in this shoe, so it keeps you honest with your form. That can be a bit challenging towards the end of these 20-mile runs, but it keeps you remembering to concentrate on your form. Final thing is a couple of negatives. I think the upper can sometimes cause irritation with your foot. I've had that before. I bandage up my toes sometimes on the really long runs, and obviously the lockdown issue. People have said you can use KT tape on the tongue and then you're able to cinch the laces a lot tighter. That's what I wanted to say. Hopefully that's been useful. Prime X Strung version 2, amazing long run shoe. If you can get it for $178, go get it. The only sad thing about this time of year, is acers start to die off in terms of their leaves. This is bright red the other day, now it's going. But the palm's still okay, look. Cornish palm, still alive. Anyway, see you later, bye bye.